That's a Poppy, bitches.
We're Team Poppy on here.
We're just gonna keep talking about Poppy until Poppy looks at us. This was actually really interesting. This is not about the conversation that we're about to have. Actually, I guess you kind of could bring things into this, but
Everything is looped together.
everything is linked together. So do you know Christy Howard, Queen of Getting Banned?
Yes.
Okay, we love her. We stan. The Morning Toast threw shade at her, like directly, because she really wanted to go on one of the Tarte trips. Don't we all?
Yeah.
And she started like tagging Tarte.
Fuck yes, we all should have.
What you do, and
It's too bad.
and she was like, oh my god, like I manifested this, and they were like shitting on like the concept of manifestation, and they were like, no, you didn't manifest it, you were like crying for the brand's attention. No, I want to manifest us working with Poppy,
Yeah.
and I'm going to take action because manifestation doesn't happen without action, and my taking action is cracking open the Poppy to kick off this recording and repeatedly tagging them.
Yes, I'm a toast. I go back and forth on the toast, but I absolutely, if you want something, you gotta fucking do something about it. We're gonna do something about it. We want that. We gotta know, Poppy. We're on your team, man.
Also, I genuinely do really like Poppy. This orange one, I'm drinking the orange one right now. This shit's good.
Is that your suggestion? Should I go? Where is it at? Just do a whole fucking ad for Poppy.
I got it at Giant.
But I don't have those in Texas.
I don't know. You can probably go on like Poppy's website and go to a store locator, and it'll probably just tell you where they have it.
Well, that might be what I need because I don't know if you can tell, but your girl had way too much fun in Nashville this weekend, and I'm losing my voice.
I wish I had kept up with your stories, but frankly, I was dealing with this crazy ass dog.
It was like you were at home doing your doggy mom life, and I was out doing debaucherous things on Broadway.
Well, it's so funny because Luke,
that Coyote Ugly bar, my bitch.
Luke and I had this. That's so funny. Luke and I had this conversation about like, he was like, I just want to make sure that you're just like happy, like chilling here. And I was like, not gonna lie, it's Saturday night. I would enjoy going out and getting fucked up because we have you have been to the Creamery of Kennett Square. It is like not like it is the place to get fucked up, but like it's also not. It can be a very family friendly atmosphere, but like you can make it into a really damn good time. And we had a damn good time. And I was like, Luke, I want to go out this weekend and get fucked up. I don't care if it's just the two of us. I would prefer to invite other people. So I did invite other people. And I don't know if we're going out. We have to wait till other plans fall into place. But I'm excited because I was like, look, like I know that you love being outside and just sitting by the fire with the dog. That's great. I just need a little bit. I'm still 24.
Balance.
You know this song that's like, I'm settling down, but I'm back out at brunch. That's me.
Oh, yes.
Quarter life crisis, which, we're coming up on my quarter life crisis in approximately a month and a half. So,
Emma, I told you, everybody, if you have to have an ego death, there's an ego death somewhere between 25 and 30. And I'm not surprised I had mine early. You're going to have yours early because we're just so self-aware. We're just such great people that we just, no, okay, we'll stop.
No,
Why don't we talk about what we actually came here to talk about?
Such a timely topic because I get this question a lot inside the Engagement Academy, which if you're newer around here or you don't know like the different legs of Right Hand Glam, the Engagement Academy is a program in which actually Chloe now too, inside our resource shop, we teach other service providers how to become engagement strategists, how to offer engagement strategy. And one of the questions that I got for our next resource shop drop was welcome messages. How do I leverage them? How do I not seem like a freaking weirdo? And it's actually, this is funny, and I'm not going to name names, but a client of mine came to me and she was like, yeah, like I have one other like competitor in the area and they actually said something about your welcome message and they thought it was weird. And they were like, this girl's messaging me, talking to me about margaritas. And she goes, exactly. You're talking about it. And I was
so
like,
true.
Brilliant. Because even if people like, I had someone last week, because I like every once in a while will send out a ton of them. Someone last week just went, this is not my vibe. And I was like, okay.
Okay. It sounds like you weed them out early. Oh my
She
god.
didn't unfollow me, which I was like, I like if I would expect someone to unfollow me if I had that if they responded that way, but I like pop off says okay. I get like
Well,
whatever.
I just feel like that's so timely and a good transition for us to actually get off of all of our millions of tangents because I feel like going around the summer and obviously you're the queen of engagement, so please tell the princess if she's wrong.
Oh my
I
god,
was
the
gonna call
princess
myself
of engagement. I love
the
it.
princess of engagement, you're the
You
queen.
are.
I feel like engagement kind of like conversations go in cycles, kind of like how we think quarters.
Totally.
So I feel like we're coming up on the summer and a lot of people are refreshing lists. They're starting new conversations or they're
Yes.
coming back to conversations. And I feel like what holds back so many of us, of like, well, not me, because hell, I love to put myself out there, but it's putting yourself out there as a business owner, putting out your business out there. Sometimes it's weird to say hello, but it can be the easiest conversation or it can be the most hard message a business owner can say. 'Cause it's
Right.
like you could fuck it up. So it's truly an art.
I think there's one thing that we need to think about when big brands do this, right? When you make your first purchase, like I just bought, for example, Luke needs Tommy Bahama shirts because he owns 2 shirts and like we need to get him more shirts. This is
Luke is such a Tommy Bahama boy.
He is such a Tommy Bahama boy, and we went to this party on Friday and this other guy there was wearing one of his 2 shirts and I went, Luke, imagine if you had shown up in that shirt. Like it was not that big of a party.
He had a 50-50 shirt.
Exactly. And I was like, this is the time you need new shirts. So what did I do? I said, okay, Tommy Bahama gives you $50 off your first order if you sign up for their email list. So I said, we're going to use every email and you're going to buy 1 shirt on every email. And
Hell yeah.
that's what we're doing. And he was like, yeah, because Tommy Bahama shirts are fucking expensive. They're like
Yeah, but-
$118 to $150 for a I'm like, what? Okay, fine. You better have
That's
it till you
iconic.
die. But you sign up and you get your discount code and then you get a welcome email from them. Thanks for joining the Tommy Bahama family. The same thing happened to me. I ordered a Kate Spade wrist Apple Watch wristwatch thing, whatever. Words today. And they did the same thing. I signed up for 10% off. I got my 10% off email and then I got a welcome to Kate Spade email.
I love the personalization.
Right.
And I feel like we expect it from big people because it's kind of not anonymous, but it's like, there's not really a face to the brand.
Right.
But I find it so interesting because where we work, you're likely talking to, if you're DMing a brand or a business or whatever, you're likely talking to the owner of it. That's where social media is still at.
Right.
Either you're talking to their social media manager if they're there, or you're talking to, the actual CEO, the actual founder, the owner and operator. So it's
that one way or another should humble you because either they're a CEO just like you, or maybe they're a social media manager just like you.
Yeah. It's truly, I find it interesting to kind of pull back on what you said. Because like you can get a bad response of like, oh, this isn't my vibe, but it's kind of how you set the tone of the entire conversation. So I would love to start with when. I think that kind of is the best. I don't want to, we're going to talk how, but I think we should start with when. So when exactly do we think people should say hello? Now there's like 2 camps, right? There's the camp of, well, I already know what we're going to get out of this. I want to just hurry up and say hello. And that's like kind of like quick. And then we have like the warming up. So can you walk me through Queen of Engagement? Walk me through when to say hello.
I think it does partially depend on the business and the business owner. So I'm going to talk first about how I do it for Right Hand Glam. And then I want to talk about how we do it for some different clients. So for Right Hand Glam, I'm a lazy bitch. And I kind of batch it like someone would batch create content. So I'll let it go for a few weeks and then I'll send a fuck ton of them. And that's honestly really great for your engagement overall, because remember, we've talked before about how there's two types of engagement. There's engagement, the verb, which is what we do here at Right Hand Glam, and there's engagement, the noun, your likes, your comments, your views, all that shit. So the process of batching those welcome messages will boost your engagement noun. And I know that we all say that you don't need to be on that 15 minutes before, 15 minutes after anymore. You don't. Will I say that, like, yeah, you are very literally, when you think about it, like bringing more attention to yourself, so the algorithm is going to reward that? Yes, but like you don't need to marry yourself to that 15 minutes before and after. I just don't believe in that anymore. I think there was a time that I did, of course, but
you know what? That was
the nature of what we do. We're focusing on the engagement verb, not engagement noun. So if you're someone who's worried about the engagement noun, or you want to boost your engagement noun,
like you want the likes, you want the like you
then
really
definitely batch it. If you are someone who's focusing more on the engagement verb, pop in here and there. One of the ways I will say that I'm strategic about this is that if I am live launching the Engagement Academy or running a sale on the Engagement Academy, that is strategically a time that I will go through and send welcome messages, because a lot of the people that follow me are, especially recently, are earlier stage social media managers and VAs. And obviously the whole point of the Engagement Academy is to sell those people on selling this service. Because it's obviously, as we know, much more lucrative. So that's how we do it here at Right Hand Glam. Then for another client of ours, they're a yoga studio. We do this entirely differently. So our job there is to just be a studio, right? So we're not presenting as a person. It's just like a hey, they don't know who it is on the other side. So like think of like a quote unquote normal business, because I know a lot of this, like, it's hard to be like, oh, my business is normal. It's not. What we do is not normal. So as the yoga studio, we go out, we source new people pretty much every single day. We engage with them, convert them to a follower. Once they are a follower, we start putting them through a scripted sequence. So that first message is sent, I would say, within 48 to 72 hours of them following the account, because you don't want to be a fucking creeper, right? Like you don't want it to be 2:35 like it is right now and have someone follow you and at 2:36 send that message. That's crazy bonkers. Don't do that.
That feels automated, and
that feels automated, and we are bringing humanity into this. So
in the age of AI, bring your humanity.
Bring the humanity in the age of AI. So what we will do in our system is we will mark down, we'll have already marked down that we engage with that person. Typically for clients like that, we then have a follow back column, and we will check that they followed back and mark the date. And then 48 to 72 hours after that, to just kind of let it marinate, we will then send the message. And that message is just like signing up for text alerts or emails for your first something off, because we are pushing a first class free.
Yeah.
And that, I think, is so much different than service providers pushing a freebie on other service providers, or coaches pushing a freebie on what, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is a physical space, something that the ordinary person is using, and you can't go to their website and sign up for text alerts. You can't go to the website, and I mean, like, the link is there, but we are bringing the party to the people. So there we have a little bit of a buffer time. I always would say give it a buffer time. Then
there's really, I'm trying to think of a time where I was like immediately, and it's usually always backfired because I was being too pushy.
Right. Because they know that you're looking, right? And people are going to know that you're looking, period, because you're sending this message, but like there's a tasteful and tactful way to do it. Third client, completely different example, and this will be my last example. He is just kind of a no bullshit, let's cut to it kind of person, and people are very open with him. So we kind of go right in, and we used a recent experience of his that was like a very humanizing, grounding experience for his, and he was like I know
it's hard sometimes.
I know I'm always like whiplash. We were like, I just came back and had this very transformative experience, and it's made me really think about how I want to connect with people. So, like, insert question here, you know, what are your thoughts on this? Like, how are you feeling about things? And people just like cracked open. But I just went through his followers and looked at people who made sense to send that to. I did not send it to everybody. Typically with
So
writing
it took a
glam,
little
I
bit
would
more
send it.
time, but I bet it fucking hit when it hit.
It hit when it hit. Because I'm not going to waste my time sending a message like that to somebody that I know will never, ever be able to afford what he's doing. And
Right.
because of the different aspects of his particular background, like there are a whole group of people that follow him that will never pay him money.
I would love to do an exercise. I'm going to give you an example, and I want you to tell me when you would how you would play it out of when you're going to send that first
Oh, I
message.
love this game. Okay.
So I'm thinking, okay, so I'm a social media manager and I have a year of experience, but I was just kind of, how we are that first year. So I have experience, but I'm still very, green in what I do. Now I want to go after people, like say I have 500 followers. Vanity numbers, guys, but it helps grasp, okay? I have about 500 followers. All of the people that I love and I want to work with have about 2K. They're pretty healthy and they're like, I want to support coaches. Ooh, we'll go with coaches. I'm a social media manager for nutrition coaches that are somewhere in the 2K range. They've got clout, whatever. Now, if I have some experience behind me, and I've worked with nutrition coaches before, how and when would you say that when should I follow them first? How long after the follow? When should I be saying hello to them? And then we'll get into what we should say.
Totally different approach. You're not going to use a welcome message here because they're not.
It's an art, guys. Not all hellos are welcome messages.
They're not following you. So I don't think you need to follow everybody. I think if you are really freaking jazzed about someone, follow them. When we source leads for clients, we have them categorize things 3 ways. Green is fuck yes. Yellow is meh, but I'd take their money. And red is hell no. And so if this is someone who falls into a yellow, like they're the right niche, maybe they could, use some molding around the edges, but like you think you could do good things for them, they're going to be a yellow.
Yeah.
But like you see someone who is like the dream, checks all your boxes, makes you so excited. You're like, I could do big things for their business. Follow that bitch.
Yeah.
And so the very simple process here is follow them, juicy comment. Touch 1, done. Touch 2, you're getting right in those motherfucking DMs. And how do we do that? Targeted story replies. I will put someone on a sourcing list that a client will approve, and I might not actually start talking to that person for 2 weeks because maybe they weren't posting. Maybe there wasn't anything worth replying to. Do not start a conversation for the sake of starting a conversation. Start a conversation because you actually have something to say.
Say that again for the people in the back.
Start a conversation, not for the sake of having a conversation, but because you actually have something to say. So imagine the only thing on someone's story is they shared their most recent post to their story. You have 2 options here if you can think critically about this. Option 1 is to read the post because so many people don't read the caption. I don't read fucking captions.
That's cute.
My captions are long as fuck. Why do people read them? I don't know, but they like them. I digress. Read the caption and instead of leaving a juicy comment, reply in their DMs. That's a great option.
Oh, it's the best.
You could just wait until they're starting some kind of conversation on their story that you want to talk about.
That's honestly, so that right there is my favorite way. And it's the game. It's a long game. Okay. We talk all the time that
this is a long game.
This might be the longer game. So if you are doing your own engagement, I need you to listen up because this is what you can do because you're already taking the time to consume content. You're already taking the time to view people's things. Just let your brain be a little bit more strategic, turn up the strategy in there, and think about every conversation. This is how I say hello to a lot of people. I scroll through, and just like Emma says, if people are starting a conversation, have that fucking conversation with them. Nothing makes a person feel more like apt to talk to you if you can just say, tell me more about what you just said. Humans love talking. We love talking about ourselves. We love continuing the conversation that our brain is already on. Why would I try to introduce a brand new conversation when you're already having one that I can relate to and jump in on?
But also, the whole point of posting on your stories is to start a fucking conversation. Like, I got a puppy this weekend. I posted pictures of the puppy. I want people to say, your puppy's so fucking cute.
Because Remy is
because Remy's fucking cute. He's a little shit, but he's fucking cute. So, and that happened. It always happens.
That's like more of a kind of timed person. I feel like if we could recap when we have the batch, like if you have people consistently following you and you're not saying hello, a hello message doesn't have to be, hi, I am the CEO of this brand. Like, very robotic. It's very, start a conversation, ask them something about themselves. You can it's okay if you batch it. It's okay if you have it scripted.
Mine is scripted. It's in my saved replies.
Use those saved replies. So then we have the kind of not too early, but not too, I'm gonna call it's the Goldilocks. Not too early, not too long.
Almost like you've been listening to Kayla Jury's podcast.
Oh my gosh. Almost like I'm obsessed with Kayla Jury. We love Kayla Jury. Big plug for her right here. And then we have the third one where we come in hot and heavy, and it's like, no, listen, you came here and we're going to have this conversation. You knew what you were getting into the minute you clicked follow. That's kind of how I am. You knew what you were getting into the minute you said follow on the go with Chloe. I'm taking you on the go.
They are bought into what you're doing.
I feel like it is easier to say hello to people that are already following you. But again, the art of saying hello to people that you're trying to introduce yourself to, think about it as like you're going to a networking event. Let's take this into reality. What's stopping you from walking up to the most clouded person in the world, in the room, and saying, hi, my name is?
That's the whole point of a networking event.
So why aren't we doing that on Instagram?
Because we've been conditioned to think that this is bad. We've been conditioned to think that talking to each other is bad. We've been conditioned to think that selling is bad. How do you expect to make money and pay your bills if you don't fucking talk to people?
Stop playing it cool. I posted this on my own page for like a whole different thing, but like, stop playing it cool. Being a cool girl isn't making you money. Playing it cool is not going to make you fucking money. Get out there. If you have something good, if you have a good product, if you have good services, if you can do something good for them, what's holding you back? Yourself?
Let's flip this around to give the people a real world example, because I think analogies are a really good way to understand these things, and I feel like you and I do analogies really well. Michaela Noguera. We talk about her probably on every episode because she's just, there's always an example.
And we're going to start a drinking game for Yes, I Make Money of any time Michaela Noguera's, it's like, shot, take a drink.
Take a shot of coffee. Cheers. Michaela Noguera used to do a lot of smaller brand posts, and you have to think, because she has been clear about that, and then when she posted them, the brands would respond. They reached out to her. They took a chance on themselves and they said, can I send you product? Not any expectation of her posting about it. Can I send you product? And I'm not saying that that is the correct way to do it in our space, because it's not. Not right. Like, again, depending on your type of business. Yoga studio, that works. If I were to say to you the second you follow me, I see you're a social media manager, can I send you a link to the Engagement Academy? You'd be like, fuck the fuck out of here. I don't want to learn from you, because that's weird as shit. And that seems to be like counterintuitive here. But those brands would shoot their shot. And a lot of the time it would work.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how these small indie brands have grown on TikTok. It's literally because they reach out and they say, "Can I send you something?" Again, I know we keep plugging Poppy here, but like Poppy sent all of these influencers the cute pink sweatsuits.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay, I want a pink sweatsuit. I'm going to go buy Poppy. Like, I want to be like the cool girls.
Yeah.
All of these brands just would shoot their shot. Maureen Kelly, founder of Tarte.
Yeah.
Woman just shot her shot and lied her way through most of it, which is amazing. But she literally just badgered the people at Bendel's until they would take her.
Yeah. I mean, here's my thing. You know me. If I'm not for you, bye.
That's on you. That's on you.
That's on you. I mean, here's like Emma said. I feel like what you said at the beginning of before we got into all of it hit me perfect. If they reply back with the "I'm not into this," guess what? They're not your ideal client.
But also they're going to go talk about it to someone else. They're going to be like, "Yo, this weird ass girl."
And then that person, if they say, "Oh my God, you didn't," like I think, "Oh my God, you didn't like the margaritas question," because the fuck? Sounds like I need to go work with her because I fucking love that question. You're gonna find your people. It's just, the art of hello, it's going to cut down things. Let's talk about how to say hello. What are straight up do's and don'ts? Off the top of your head, do's and don'ts of saying hello.
Oh,
what do you want to start with? Do's or don'ts?
Let's do don'ts because I got one. Yeah. I got one the other day and oh my God, it literally was like, so great what you're doing. Like you seem to like have a great handle on things. I saw you're not doing paid ads. Why? What?
Okay.
That's a choice.
That's a choice. Now, see, part of me would think, because like there's two ways. Like one, you're either gonna hurt my ego, or I'm gonna be like, wait, like it depends on who you're talking to, by the way.
Well, like you know,
if you're talking to someone like us, where we're like, no, we're solid. I feel like we're pretty solid in what we're doing. If we know where our strengths lie and where they don't, we hire out for those.
Right.
You know.
You don't know my business enough to ask me that question. Also, how do you not know I'm not running paid ads? That's my first question. How do you know that I'm not running paid ads? Second, you don't know anything about my business plan. You don't know that my next investment plan is to invest in paid ads.
So don't make assumptions about somebody's business.
Don't make assumptions about somebody's business, and don't make assumptions that people want or need your shit.
Oh, I mean, so true. I feel like don't get me wrong. We should all love our product or whatever we do so fucking much that we want to bring it to every single person we come in contact with. But don't be so full of yourself that you think that you are the end all be all. Everybody should be begging to work with you, because then you're going to get yourself trapped in a whole like, well, I'm just used to everybody coming to me. I love referrals. And then that's going to run dry.
The amount of people that come to us saying my business ran on referrals for so long and now I need support. Because people don't know when your business runs on referrals for a really long time, which Right Hand Glam often does.
It has to at the beginning, guys. It really does.
It really does have to at the beginning because that's how you build clout. Mm-hmm. There will come a time when
the well runs dry.
People just make new connections, right? So like when I was in a mastermind, I was referring anybody that asked me for anything to the people in my mastermind because I was with them all the time. I was talking to them all the time. I saw behind the scenes of their businesses. I don't know what they're doing in their businesses anymore because I'm not in there with them. So over time, who I'm going to refer people to is going to change. I will also say that when it comes to Right Hand Glam, I don't do the kind of engagement that we do for our clients, which I know is the tale as old as time for business owners, right? Like we don't put the same amount of time and energy into this shit, right? But like I have messaged some people once. Maybe it's the welcome message, maybe it's a short conversation, but like we got an inquiry from a dream client yesterday. And I went and looked at our DMs because I literally wanted to tell her, like, I geeked when I saw which is a great thing to do. If you get an
Mhm.
inquiry from someone that you are obsessed with, go tell them.
Tell them.
Tell them how
Don't
excited
play
you would
cool.
be to work with them. And
Stop
she
playing
was like
cool.
right on top of it. Right on top of it. And like I looked at our DMs, we hadn't talked in months, and I think we had barely talked. But because my face had been in front of her face, she knew.
Mm.
And she, you know what she replied with? She was like, I keep looking at your page, and I was like that emoji that's like the smoke coming out of it, like, oh, like that one, like, you know what I'm talking about? Like the ooh, right? Yeah. And I was like, we're good here. We're good.
Ah, I love that. All right, keep giving me any more don'ts. Don't make assumptions about my business. Don't make assumptions that I want your shit. What are other don'ts? What about a hey girl?
I hate that I still even have to have this conversation because I've been having it for 3 years. Fucking say someone's name. Address them by their goddamn name and put in the extra 2 minutes to find their name. So if someone's name is not in their bio, which happens more often than you think in what we do, I will go to see if there is a start here or about highlight on their page. If there is not, I will start scrolling through their feed to look for the last time they did a reintroduction post. If I can't find one of those, I will go to their website and I will go to their About Me page. If I can't find any of the above, I will just say, hey, in all caps with a many, many Y's. And then I'll be like, also, who in the world am I talking to? I literally went searching for your name because I hate when people don't call me by my name.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't find it. Be
Ugh,
honest.
yeah.
Like, just be honest.
Yeah, I'm like, my pet name is Love because I feel like it's like gender neutral enough. But I feel like especially we need to be honoring, like, don't come out of the gate with hey girlfriend, hi love. Like, I get it, we all have like our pet names for things, but let it feed in. Cause I'm like, I don't know if I know you that well yet.
That's why I don't like the welcome message for everybody.
Hot take, but it's true.
It doesn't work for everybody. And honestly, if you're scared to do it because you hear me saying that like I get bad responses to it sometimes, go for the DM in the stories approach.
Yeah. So I have a question. Do you, well, but cut that. Any more dues? Any dues? What are your like absolute needs?
Keep it fun. And if you've ever received the Right Hand Glam welcome message, which I'm sure a lot of you have, ours, it was recently updated because I realized it was actually kind of exclusionary. So it used to be, hey name, welcome to the party, pumped you're here, because I position Instagram as a party. And then my question used to be, my icebreaker question at every party, margaritas or martinis. And then I realized and was getting a lot of responses from people who were sober. And I was like, okay, we need to like add a third option here. And I was
Very
like, margaritas,
true.
martinis, a mocktail, none of the above. And you know, I get really interesting answers now. And like now I can tell people like, wait, like I've never gotten that answer. Like someone said to me like half sweet tea, half unsweetened. And I was like, oh, I've actually never gotten that answer.
Oh, I would know. And Arnold Palmer is with lemonade, isn't
That's
it?
with lemonade.
I was like, no.
We
That's not what
also call it tea cooler here.
tea cooler?
Yeah.
I don't ask questions about y'all. I
We
don't.
love some tea cooler around here.
So tell me about, I think the only thing that we really haven't hit so far that I know that moneymakers are like, Emma, I need this. Chloe, I need this. How do I say hello to someone that, like, we've had a conversation in the past, but it was like 2020. We've went a year or two without talking. It's long enough that we really need a new hello.
Yeah.
What that's like a weird line to tread. Please tell us how to.
It's so easy. You take a little bit of both. So you do the DM slide in. You continue the conversation. And then right away, also, how the fuck have we not talked in 2 years? What is going on with you? Get me up to speed. And I do this too for clients that have services where people could return. So like for clients that have VIP days, when we start with them, I will actually ask them to export me their VIP day list from the year prior. The entire year. And I will go back and I will follow up with those people. Same kind of thing. I might do the DM. The other option is, hey, I realized, just going right in, hey, I realized we haven't talked in a while. I was like cleaning out my back end and I saw your name and was like, wait, have we really not chatted since your VIP day? Putting it right to the top of mind. How have things been going?
Hit it. A simple check-in right now of like, hey, how are things going? I'd love to support you.
I had a client, and I love telling this story. I had a client that did a launch around this time last year, maybe like a month earlier. Tax season, not the time to launch. Sucks. If you have launched during tax season or right after tax season, it's just we're all dirt broke. I'm dirt broke. I'm still recovering. Okay. But, like, there are other ways because not everybody is dirt broke. Some people are okay. And some
people know how to save. Couldn't be
Some
me.
people know how to save. Some people did not buy houses. Some people also have later tax deadlines.
Yeah.
Great. Well, love that for you. So there were a lot of people. She had wanted a $50,000 launch and was totally equipped to have a $50,000 launch. We've done them before. And we were only at about 11 grand. And I said, okay, let me work my little magic. And so I went back in to our data tracking and I looked at people who had said later, 6 to 8 months back. And all I said was, hey, how are you? It's been a minute since we've chatted. All of these people, all of a sudden, oh my God, I've been meaning to reach out. I need to book so-and-so with you. All of this shit has happened. That 11K turned into 47K.
Yep. Not surprised. I not surprised. Not surprised at all.
When you have the data, leverage it, and one message can change everything. 11K to 47K, that's a lot of fucking money.
That's a big jump, man.
That's like a teacher's salary.
Yeah. Holy shit. I mean, it's true. I mean, here's the thing. Saying hello, there really is an art to it. You can put someone off, you can put them on, but I'm going to go on. My conclusion to it all is if they weren't for you, they weren't for you. If they're put off, they're put off.
I will cheers my poppy to that.
Okay, rapid fire to end us off. Things that you can ask at the end of, like fun things that you can ask at the end of your welcome message. Things that can start conversations. Give them examples.
So I think this is really personal and it really comes from who you are. So for example, the client, I actually had a client that was one that inspired me to do this way. Hers was, I know pineapple on pizza is a controversial question. Like, what is your stance?
Yes.
But another client who did she was a Pilates instructor. Do you prefer Lululemon or Aloe?
Yes.
So think about things that are relevant to your brand or your personality.
We've done before. I've done in the past. Are you caught up on Perfect Match? Did you check into the Met Gala? Things that are relevant in pop culture. Oh my gosh! Like if someone DM'd me and said, "Are you caught up on Vanderpump Rules right now?"
I was just gonna say, have you watched the Vanderpump finale?
My new best friend. I'm buying everything from you.
Right.
Come on.
Think about what excites you and what you really like.
Not all DMs have to be business.
No. And then infuse that into your welcome message. I could do, for example, I'm wearing a 6 t-shirt right now. I could be like, okay, if you had money to go to New York right now and see any show, what would you see? And I know that there's going to be a ton of people that are going to be like Wicked, or they're going to be like Chicago.
Well, and even if they said, I'm not really into it, then you would say, okay, then where are you eating?
Okay, cool. Yeah, where are you eating? Or like, are you going to M&M World? Like, what are you doing on a day?
M&M
Like, if
World.
you had one,
Times Square, anything, the Liberty, the Statue of Liberty. M&M World is what you pull out of
M&M
here.
World is right there. That's why I thought about it. Jesus Christ, why am I being crucified for M&M World? Oh, but also, okay, we're gonna flip side this because someone trailed this. Flip side of this is like if you get a if like because theater is very much my thing. Like if you get a really good answer from someone and they're like, I went to see, like, what would I be really excited about if someone went to see? If they were like, I would absolutely go see Parade. I'd be like, all right, diving into this. Did you see the new video Michaela Diamond put out? And like, doesn't she actually embody Carolee Carmello so well? Oh my god, yes. Okay, wait, did you see the Ham for Ham video when like they went over and then Lynn was like, that's Jason motherfucking Brown? Like, then
I'll
you
tell
can't like, look how excited I got. Just because of that, you know? And those are the kinds of relationships that you can crack open so quickly. And then that person becomes the person that you like are scrolling on TikTok and you see like a funny Broadway meme and you're like, wait, I thought of you when I saw this.
Yes, absolutely. I'm telling you guys, I have only ever bought into people that acted exactly like this. That's it. Stamp of approval from Chloe.
Just
Need
rip their
energy.
job. And you don't need to be an extrovert to do this either.
Yeah.
Find your question. Find what your question is.
Yeah.
And it just, again, it goes back to like what makes you excited. Maybe this is a really good one. Like maybe you're into Elton John and Billy Joel. Those are two names everybody knows. You could say Elton John or Billy Joel. What do you like? Or oh my gosh, my previous coaches, one of them was very into like 90s R&B and one of them was very into Taylor Swift. So a lot of the time they were like, what are you listening to when you work out or when you work, not work out? I mean, maybe work out. I couldn't really work out to Taylor Swift personally, but you know,
she's in her 1989 era, guys.
I'm actually on.
What are you listening to now? She's trying to go through the whole discography.
What is the one that's like folklore?
I don't know. I'm not a Swift. I'm like a fake Swiftie.
It's
I'm a
the
Swiftie
one that's like folklore, but like Evermore? Is that it? I'm like in there. That's
I'm a Speak Now bitch. I'm a Teardrops on My Guitar bitch. I'm a Tim McGraw bitch. Okay.
I am an early Taylor Swift, like first two albums, but like Reputation is my era. Okay, great. Right. Here we go.
What's your era?
What's your era?
If you're a Swiftie and you're not asking what's your era,
but also you do not have to be a Swiftie to answer that question right now.
No.
Because I cannot wait for this shit like to be done on the East Coast, okay? Because so many people that I know, if they didn't go to Philly, they went to MetLife. And, like MetLife was like this whole big ass crazy thing. I'm so sick of this shit. I can't wait for it to be fucking over. But
it's a good.
If you ask me what my era is, I would say, frankly, not really a Swiftie, but Reputation.
That's how you start a conversation. We just gave you so many money makers.
I say, frankly, not a Swiftie. You say, okay, so what do you listen to when you work?
That's called a pivot, which we can cover in another.
And what am I listening to right now? Lights Up by Harry Styles.
Ooh. Mom or dad? I'm not one of those girls. I always think it's funny. Guys, again, the TLDR in all of this. There is a true art to saying hello, but trust me, anybody that doesn't respond well probably wasn't your person anyways.
Amen.
You just got to find the thing that's you, that you can just talk and chat about. Not everything has to be businessy and, you know, clinical and robotic. Make it fun.
Clinical. That's a good word. Don't make it sterile.
I know. Yeah. You just like, you say sterile and like my whole body goes,
Like, don't make it like the doctor walking into the office who's like, okay, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, no, I want like, buy me dinner first.
Buy me dinner. Kiss me on the mouth.
Kiss me on the mouth. Yeah, I'm not trying to be hit on by the dirty boy at the bar. Like, I want to be wine, dine, and romance.
Yeah, like, buy me a shot.
Amen. That's your shot. You're saying hello. You're shooting your shot. Thank you. It all comes full circle. Us and our analogies.
Almost like we're really good at that.
It's almost like the moneymakers and we love them and they love us because we just do this all the time. Oh my God. Say goodbye to the money makers, Emma.
Moneymakers, we love the shit out of you. We hope you've been loving this season. This season has been so much fun for us.
I've been having a blast.
And if you have any ideas for what you want to see on the weekly crash, hit us up because we would love to take your ideas and manifest them.
Yes.
Because you cannot manifest without taking action. And we've got weekly crashes coming at you every Wednesday and new episodes, full episodes dropping every Friday. Moneymakers, catch you on Wednesday. Bye.